You're watching Miller and Company, live and in color from Nashville. Once again, Dan Miller.
You thought that would go unnoticed, but we are in color today, as opposed to normally in black and white. Our guest this half is Sylvia Hutton. It is nice to have you here. Nice to see you again.
Good to be here. Almost said good to be back. It's been like 11 years.
11 years ago on the local show. In fact, it was called Miller and Company.
Yes, it was.
We did an interview. Has that been 11 years?
I think so. I think it was 81, I think.
Man.
Yeah, I was just beginning my career at that point.
You were like 15 years old then.
Well, not much older than that.
You really weren't.
No.
You took off a pretty good amount of time just recently. After you had a string of hits in the 80s, you had a lot of awards, a lot of success, and then you just sort of went away. Where'd you go and why?
Well, I went home. What I decided, I had worked the road for 8 years straight, and I could have continued working the road for no telling how long. I was feeling like I was singing basically the same songs night after night, 200 days a year or 150 days a year, whatever. I was working the road that year. How many days? A lot. And I felt like as I was growing as a person, I wasn't being able to express who I was through my music. And it got real frustrating for me because I think it's real important to me to be known, for people to know who I am. And the only way people could know who I was in my show was like between songs, when I could talk to the audience and this is who I am, and then let me sing this song, which really didn't have anything to do with who I am as a person. And I'd been feeling for some time a real urge to write music, to write songs, and to be on the road as much as I was 200 days a year. It was just, there wasn't any of me left over to devote to songwriting. So
it took a lot of nerve. It takes a lot of nerve when when you're in a career to back off from it.
It was real scary.
And surprised me a little because you were as much as anybody I had known at that point. You were driven in your career, like you say. You wanted to be a big success at this.
Yes, from the time I was 3 years old, this is all I ever thought about doing, is being a singer.
Yeah.
And coming to Nashville and making records.
Yeah,
so it was really a major life decision to decide to pull back and regroup. And I really felt like people were only seeing this little piece of the pie of Sylvia, you know, and I really thought, you know, there's more of me to put out there, and I want to be able to communicate how I'm feeling about life and love and friendship and family, and the music that I was recording there were good songs, there were good records. I had a lot of success, had a lot of record sales, but it was just a matter of me wanting to feel more fulfilled in what I was doing.
Yeah, well, good for you. It's nice to step back and get an overview of things. Was it a prolific time for you as a songwriter while you were away from the touring?
Yes, very, very much so. I am, in these 4.5 years, actually, that I've been off the road, I've written a lot of music, and music I feel real good about. In fact, I think if I had to pick one thing in my career that's been the most fulfilling, it's just the actual having gone through the process of writing this music, getting into the songwriter part of me.
So nobody can say this time off was a rough time for you. It was a good, positive
It was
time.
very good, positive time, but there were rough moments. I mean, even though I made the conscious decision to get off the road, it was a major trauma after I actually did it. And it was like all these labels that I thought, okay, I'm an RCA recording artist, I have a bus and a band, and I have these things, and they're all like labels that you attach with yourself, and then all of a sudden, though it's your decision, and they're all gone, then you're going, who am I? And it's like it's been a whole journey of self-discovery, trying to find out who I am apart from all those labels.
Every interviewer I know has asked you, why the longer name now? Is that part of the change?
Well, I thought about it long and hard before I did it. I think I've just gotten real tired of when I call somebody up and I say, hello, this is Sylvia, or Sylvia Hutton, and they go, excuse me, but who are you? I said, well, you know me just as Sylvia, and you've got to go launch into this long explanation of who you are. And I was getting tired of doing that, and also it just felt more authentic to use my name. Sylvia Hutton is my name, and it just feels more real and more. It's like another thing of people. I feel like people are knowing me better. They know who I am.
Giving your full name. You know, you fill out the forms. They say, give your full name, and you have to do it. The irony is, of course, when you get to be a megastar and you go to Las Vegas